Elon Musk suggests the U.S. should leave NATO, saying it doesn't make sense for the U.S. to pay for Europe's defense. March 13, 2025, Elon Musk, the billionaire now steering Trump's White House playbook, just tossed a grenade into America's 76-year-old alliance with NATO. Late March 8, he fires off on X, "We really should leave NATO. Doesn't make sense for America to pay for Europe's defense." No papers signed, no exit button pressed, but coming from the guy running Trump's Department of Government Efficiency, it's a 5-alarm fire. Musk's point hits hard. The U.S. shoulders 70% of NATO's bill, hundreds of billions yearly, while 30 European nations lean on us. Trump's already slashed Ukraine aid from $61 billion to $40 billion, keeping $21 billion stateside. Russia's laughing, pulling $20 billion a month from oil and gas despite sanctions. For you, it's not abstract. Gas could jump to $4 per gallon, tacking $300 a year onto your family's tab, while 5,000 energy jobs might spark up in Texas, Ohio, Pennsylvania. Musk calls it basic math. Why bankroll Europe when our debt's at $35 trillion? Critics shout it's madness, handing Putin a golden ticket, unraveling decades of security that stopped wars cold. We're diving deep, raw numbers, real people, your stakes. From your paycheck to Ukraine's front lines, this is big. $1 billion trade shifts, 50,000 soldiers on the edge. Is Musk a visionary or a wrecking ball? Smash that like, subscribe, weigh in. This is your wallet, your country, your future. Musk says ditch NATO, genius or crazy? Comment now. Musk's bombshell, what's he saying? 9 p.m. PST, March 8, 2025, Elon Musk lights up X with a post that stops the world cold. We really should leave NATO. Doesn't make sense for America to pay for Europe's defense. It's not law yet, but from the guy Trump tapped to slash government waste, co-heading the Department of Government Efficiency with Vivek Ramaswamy, it's a thunderclap. Musk's beef is crystal. America pumps 70% of NATO's cash, over $700 billion since 2010, for NATO's own 2024 tally, while Europe's 30 nations kick in scraps. He's been on this train before. December 23, 2024, he posted, "Quarter of Europe's defense budget from U.S. Our debt's $35 trillion. Wake up." Trump's riding the wave. January 23, fresh off his inauguration, he told reporters, "We protect NATO, they don't protect us. Time to rethink." Texas oil worker Jake Holtz all in. He tells KXAN, "War shut rigs down. Now I'm back welding, feeding my kids. Why send my paycheck overseas?" U.S. energy's been limping, down 5% since Russia's 2022 Ukraine invasion scrambled oil, says the Energy Department. Musk's pitch, cut NATO, spark jobs, could mean 5,000 gigs for welders, truckers, refinery crews in states hit hard. But this isn't a free lunch. NATO's 76 years deep, forged April 4, 1949 to box in the Soviet Union. Article 5, the glue. One attack, all fight, triggered once after 9/11, when Europe backed us. Latvian President Edgars Rinkevics hits X March 9. NATO exists because Russia's real. Look at Ukraine. Olena Mikolaev, a Ukrainian mom in a Polish shelter, tells NBC, voice breaking, "My son's 19, holding a rifle in Kharkiv. No U.S. aid. He's got no ammo, no hope." X erupts. Leave NATO clocks 500,000 posts by March 10. Musk's speaking truth slams into he's torching security. Trump's already acted March 5. Ukraine's aid drops from $61 billion to $40 billion per White House docs. $21 billion stays here. Russia's unfazed, banking $20 billion monthly from oil and gas. Sanctions froze $300 billion since 22. But India and China keep buying, says Treasury. Your pump's next. EIA warns if NATO wobbles and Russia's oil grows, gas jumps from $3.5 to $4 per gallon, $300 more a year, inflation up 0.2%. Jake grins. Jobs over handouts any day. Olena sobs. America's walking away. History looms. Cold War foes, post-9/11 allies. Now this. Musk's math, your taxes, or NATO's shield. What's it worth to you? Musk's exit call, bold fix or big flop, you decide. Chapter 2. Trump's echo. Why it's heating up. Trump's picking up Musk's tune. March 8, Ohio, he tells 10,000. Elon's onto something. Why bleed cash for Europe when we're broke? Musk's not solo. Trump's been NATO's loudest critic. Back in 2018, he called it obsolete. Now he's got muscle. 70% of NATO's budget, over $300 billion in 2024 alone, comes from us, per their own stats. Europe's 30 nations, Germany, France, UK, split the rest, some barely hitting 2% of GDP, says NATO's 2024 report. Trump's acting February 12th. He calls Putin first since 21. March 5, Ukraine aid drops from $61 billion to $40 billion, saving $21 billion. Senator J.D. Vance doubles down on Fox. Europe's freeloading $20 billion Russia trade could stay west, not fuel China's $100 billion oil haul. China's grabbed 50% of Russia's oil since 22, $100 billion yearly, per Rosneft. Trump tweets March 11th, NATO's old news. I'm fixing it, big league. Pennsylvania driller Tom Reese tells Fox, laid off in 22 when gas crashed. Now I'm pumping. Europe's on their own. U.S. energy's down 5% since 22. Musk and Trump see jobs, not alliances, as the fix. But the pushback's fierce. Now, Rachel Kim on PBS, if NATO fades, Russia's $20 billion oil floods, hits $4 per gallon, $300 more a year, a $1 billion consumer snack by 27. U.S. Chamber's Tom Wilson warns 5,000 energy jobs rise, sure, but 5,000 retail jobs could vanish as prices choke. Russian oil exec Alexei Ivanov smirks on RT. You ditch sanctions, we pocket $20 billion, your families pay. X is a brawl. Trump, Musk, save us. They're trashing us. Your $300 splits. $100 million from trade undercuts. $200 million at the pump. Real pain. Reese shrugs. Gas hit $5 in 22. We survive. Jobs are king. Ivanov grins. Your exit funds are jets. Congress throws a wrench. 2023's Rubio-Cain law says Trump needs 2/3 Senate to quit NATO. 67 votes ain't easy. Trump's long game. Musk's echo. Jobs climb, costs bite, legal walls loom. Your stake. What's this stirrup? 5,000 jobs versus $1 billion hit. Trade worth it? Comment? Putin's angle. What's he get? Putin's got his eyes peeled. Musk's NATO exit talk paired with Trump's $21 billion Ukraine aid cut cracks the door wide. Putin crows on RT March 6. The West's grip slipping. Russia stands tall. Sanctions since 22 froze $300 billion of Russia's reserves, but they still rake $20 billion a month from oil and gas. 50% flows to Asia per Rosneft's 2024 numbers. Ukrainian farmer Petro Hytsenko tells CNN, no aid, no seeds, my fields are craters, my kids haven't eaten meat in weeks, NATO's in panic mode, Poland's dropping $5 billion on tanks and 30,000 troops bunkering down. Polish trucker Jan Kowalski tells Reuters, I haul supplies east, Russia's shadows bigger every trip. Kiev streets boil. 10,000 march, burning tires, chanting, America's gone, furious over the aid slash from $61 billion to $40 billion. X is a storm, Putin's winning, VSE's cornered. But Putin's not untouchable. That $20 billion oil haul rides a shaky $60 per barrel cap set by G7. Musk's trade tease could pivot it west, economist Yuri Volkov on Bloomberg. Russia's GDP shrank 2% in 22. Sanctions sting. $20 billion with America could ditch China's $100 billion oil chokehold. China's been Russia's lifeline. 50% of exports, $100 billion in 24. U.S. vet Mike Torres, medals gleaming, tells CBS, I fought in N3. Putin's brutal. But he's not invincible. Poland's PM warns on TVP $5 billion buys 200 tanks. Next border's ours. Putin's wars chewed through 200,000 Russian lives per Ukraine's count. $20 billion keeps the machine humming. He's gaining ground. Ukraine's fading fast. But is he cashing in or caught in Trump's net? Your world. What's Putin walking away with? 30,000 NATO troops. Wall or wish? Tell us. Your wallet, cash, or crunch? Your wallet's caught in the blast. Musk's NATO exit push could jack gas to $4 per gallon by 26 per EIA as Russia's $20 billion oil flow swells. That's $300 more a year, your cash on the line. Tom Reese in Texas tells Fox, 5,000 jobs. Rigs are alive. I'm pulling $20 an hour feeding my family. Michigan clerk Amy Ruiz tells CNN, work's back, but gas eats half my check. I'm breaking even. Wall Street's jittery. Dow's down 1%. $25 billion gone since Musk's March 8 post rattled markets. Dr. Rachel Kim warns on PBS it's a $1 billion consumer smack, $200 million from trade losses as Russian goods flood, $100 million at the pump. 5,000 retail jobs could dry up. Florida diner owner Jamal Carter sighs. Burgers jump from $6 to $8. Folks order less. My cook's gone. Sales down 10%. Ohio mom Lisa Carter tells ABC, $50 to fill my minivan. I'm skipping meat, buying day-old bread. This is a firefight. Jobs rock. VS prices kill. The upside's legit. 5,000 energy jobs could hit 7,000 if pipelines kick in, says API. Less war means fewer tax dollars shipped out, but the crunch is real. Gas at $4 echoes 22's $5 nightmare. Bread's $5 a loaf in Pennsylvania, up from $3. Jamal adds, tips are down 20%. Customers can't swing it. Kim's math. $300, $100 million, heat bills, $200 million, gas, hits every paycheck. Reese pushes back. 5,000 families eating beats $300 any day will adapt. Your groceries, your tank, your kids' lunches? What's this cost you, cash in hand or crushed by costs? Where do you land? 5,000 retail jobs lost, fair swap? You decide. Allies panic, hold or fold. Allies are scrambling. Musk's NATO exit bomb has the $1 trillion pact shaking in its boots. Poland's dumping $5 billion into tanks and 30,000 troops, bunkering down after Trump's $21 billion Ukraine aid cut from $61 billion to $40 billion. General Marek Nowak tells TVP 200 tanks locked and loaded. Russia's a heartbeat away. UK's Keir Starmer warns BBC. Democracy's not cheap. Musk's wrong. China's Xi's grinning. $10 billion trade gaps widen. Russia's oil, 50% of its $20 billion monthly take, flows east per Rosneft 24. German worker Hans Muller tells DW orders dropped 3%. My shifts cut to 4 days. Layoffs loom. X's split. Allies finished. Foes trapped. U.S. diplomat Sarah Lynn in Brussels pacing. NATO's $1 trillion muscles flexing. Trusts cracking like ice. Putin's hooked $20 billion in potential U.S. trade, but allies reel. NATO's funneled $100 billion to Ukraine since 22. Poland's on its own now. Baltic states running drills in the freezing sea. Hans adds, my plant's down to 4,000 parts from 5,000. Exports are bleeding. China's Russia oil hit $100 billion in 24. She's cashing in while NATO sweats. Starmer presses. 30,000 UK troops stand ready. America's our backbone. Kiev's 10,000 plead, don't leave, as Latvia's president warns. Russia's at our door. Your allies, holding the line or folding under pressure? What's America's role when the world's this shaky? $1 trillion NATO snapping yet? Tell us. What's next, stay or stray? Musk's doubling down. March 12, he tells SpaceX staff government's bloated. NATO's part of it, Trump's ears on. March 11, presser deals beat wars, watch me work. Senator J.D. Vance pushes Fox. $20 billion ties Putin to us. China's out. Dr. Rachel Kim warns PBS $300 more till 28. $1 billion cost. Putin's oil. $20 billion monthly keeps rolling. Ukraine's $21 billion aid cut quiets trenches. $61 billion to $40 billion. NATO's racing. Poland's $5 billion, arms 30,000 troops. Estonia's 10,000 drill in snow. X is a frenzy. Stay tough. Veer stray-free. Texas welder Jake Holt tells KXN, jobs are back, peace pays my rent. Ukrainian soldier Ivan Petrenko tells AP, no shells. I'm a sitting duck. Baltic leaders huddle. Latvia's PM says, Russia's 50 miles off. War, your taxes drop. Alliances teeter. Stay in or stray out. What's America's next step? Stay or stray, where's our path? Comment now. Conclusion, your verdict. Musk says dump NATO. 5,000 jobs, $300 hits, allies on edge, Trump's listening, your cash, your world's in play, visionary fix or reckless bust, you call it. Drop your verdict, hit subscribe, we're tracking this with you, every twist. Musk's NATO call your America's fate? Comment now.